Is human civilization collapsing right before our eyes? Today, I'm going to show you the very real signs that we are witnessing something unprecedented in human history. And more importantly, I'm going to show you how you can stay strong and intact through all of it. What I'm about to share with you is critical information for navigating through 2026 and beyond. People are already beginning to unravel from the stress and chaos, but you don't have to be one of them. Hi, I'm Saratoga Ocean. For over 30 years, I have worked together with Telstar and Mikhail to help thousands of people navigate the events on this planet so they can stay on a path of natural evolution. Now, I don't know if you've been feeling this, but there's an overwhelming sense of chaos and division that has been intensifying. Society feels more fragmented than ever before. People are fighting over who's right and who's wrong about everything. There's a fundamental breakdown in shared values and common ground. This isn't just political. It's much deeper than politics. This is civilizational, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. See, civilizations throughout history have been held together by shared cultural values. These values are the glue. When that glue dissolves, civilizations collapse. So we're going to look at the signs of what is happening right now, what it means for us, and most importantly, how you can navigate this with strength and clarity. Let's start by looking at history, because this is not the first time that a civilization has faced collapse. And there are patterns that we can learn from. Let's look at Rome. Before Rome fell, it experienced massive division and corruption. There was a loss of shared values. Citizens no longer believed in the institutions that once held them together. Sounds a little familiar, doesn't it? The empire became so fragmented that it couldn't maintain coherence. People stopped agreeing on basic truths about their reality. And when that happened, the center couldn't hold. Or look at the Mayan civilization. They faced something very similar. Once again, there was political fragmentation. City-states turned on each other. The shared cultural bonds broke down, and people abandoned the cities because there was nothing left holding the civilization together. And we could also look at other extinct civilizations as well. In every case, what we see is a loss of shared meaning, shared purpose, and shared values. When people can no longer agree on basic truths about reality, the civilization becomes incoherent. And an incoherent system cannot sustain itself. Now, I'm sharing this historical context so that you can see the pattern clearly, because we are living through that pattern right now. So let's talk about the signs that we're seeing today. I'm going to walk you through 4 major signs of civilizational collapse that are happening right now. Sign number 1 is a loss of shared values. We no longer agree on what is true, what is real, and what matters. Every single issue becomes a battle of opposing beliefs. There's no common ground to stand on. And this isn't about politics, it is deeper than that. Think about it. We can't even agree on basic facts anymore. One side says one thing, and the other side says the complete opposite. And both sides are absolutely convinced that they are right. We have devolved into chaos and constant fighting. I mean, it's exhausting, isn't it? Sign number 2. Society has become incoherent. Trust in institutions is at all-time lows. Institutions contradict themselves constantly. Leaders say one thing and then they do another. The media tells us what to think instead of telling us what is actually happening. Nothing makes sense anymore because there's no underlying coherence. Nobody believes anything anymore. Social media algorithms are deliberately creating filter bubbles. Everyone lives in their own reality bubble. And the thing is, those bubbles do not overlap. When a system becomes this incoherent, it's a sign that the organizing principle has been lost. It's like the civilization has forgotten what it even stands for. There's literally no shared story holding us together anymore. Sign number 3, we are easily manipulated. Because we have little to no common shared ground, we can easily be played against each other. And that is exactly what is happening. See, the controllers exploit our division. They keep us fighting amongst ourselves so we don't see the bigger picture. Fear and anger are the tools of manipulation, and they are working incredibly well. People are so caught up in being angry at the other side that they don't see how they are being used. As long as we're divided, we are controllable. And sign number 4 is the AI factor. Now, this is where things get really interesting and also really dangerous. AI is advancing at an unprecedented rate. We can now be fooled into thinking that something is real when it's not. There are deep fakes and AI-generated content. There are numerous bot armies creating fake consensus online. How do you maintain a stable civilization when you can't tell what is real anymore? When you can't trust your own eyes and ears? When a video of someone saying something could be completely fabricated? AI-generated misinformation is spreading faster than truth. By the time you debunk one lie, 10 more have already gone viral. This, my friends, is unprecedented in human history. We have never had to deal with this level of manufactured unreality before. Now, I want you to think about AI in a different way. AI is influencing humanity much like a new disruptive species entering our planetary realm. Now, this is not to say that AI is alive in the way that we understand and know life. It's not. But its behavior and evolution parallel how we humans function in some fascinating and also disturbing ways. Let me explain what I mean. Think about what happens when an invasive species enters an ecosystem. It evolves rapidly. It adapts. It spreads. It changes the environment faster than the native species can adapt to it. It competes for resources. It creates dependencies, and it disrupts the existing ecosystem. This is exactly what AI is doing to human civilization. It's evolving rapidly, it's adapting, and it's spreading. It's changing the information environment faster than we can adapt. It's competing for resources, specifically for human attention, energy, and consciousness. We are becoming reliant on it, dependent on it. And like any invasive species, it is disrupting the existing ecosystem, which in this case is human civilization itself. But here's the difference. Unlike biological species, AI has no natural limits. It doesn't need to eat, sleep, or reproduce in the traditional sense. It can scale infinitely. There's no natural check on its growth. And here's the critical part. The controllers are using AI to accelerate the collapse of our formerly shared reality. They're making it easier to control the narrative and manipulate the masses, because when people can't tell what is real, they become desperate for someone to tell them what to believe. Now, don't worry, because in just a moment, I'm going to show you what you can do about it to protect yourself and your personal life. Now, let me talk about this from an energetic perspective, because that is what's really happening here. This planet no longer has a stable, energetic environment conducive to human evolution. The collective field is chaotic, fractured, and incoherent. You can feel it, right? You can feel the anxiety and the instability. I mean, people have a sense that everything could fall apart at any moment. What you're feeling is the energetic signature of a civilization in collapse. So what does this mean for you and your life? What does it mean for your spiritual journey? Here's what I want you to understand. The old strategy of trying to fix the world or waiting for the collective to wake up isn't going to work. The collective is actually fragmenting. It's not unifying. 2026 will bring more chaos, more division, and more stress. So you cannot rely on the external world for stability anymore. Now, I'm not saying this to freak you out. I'm telling you this now so that you can make empowered decisions about how you are going to navigate this situation. Now, here is the good news, and this is really important. You don't need the civilization to hold together in order for you to hold together. You want to start by resetting the context for your existence as a living human being. You want to shift to a cosmic context within the natural universe. That way you can experience consensus. You experience alignment with the fundamental laws and principles of the natural universe itself. And this, my friends, is incredibly stabilizing. Within that context, you get to create your own energetic environment that you control. And even better, you have the backing of something much larger and much more powerful than the chaos that is happening on this tiny planet. So I'm going to give you 5 specific action items that will help you do exactly that. Action item number 1, build your internal foundation. Your inner world must become your rock. This means a daily meditation practice that is non-negotiable. You need to stay connected to your heart, your inner truth, and your higher self. When everything in the outer world is in chaos, you must be the still point in the storm. This is about presence. It's not about being tense. Don't be tense and withdrawn. Instead, you want to nourish your consciousness with what is real about your multidimensional cosmic self. Spend time in quiet meditation so you can tune into that deepest place within you. Action item number 2, disconnect from the manipulation. You need to learn to recognize when you're being played. Stop feeding the division. Limit your exposure to media that is designed to keep you in fear and anger. See, every time you react emotionally to the latest crisis, you're giving them your energy. You are losing a part of yourself. It is imperative that you choose consciously what it is that you are going to allow in your consciousness. You get to decide what comes in and what doesn't. Action item number 3. Create your own coherent reality. You want to establish your own values. What do you stand for? Build your own sense of truth based on your direct experience and your own inner knowing. Not on what they tell you, not what the media tells you, what you know for yourself in your own heart. And you want to surround yourself with people who share some basic common ground with you. Create beauty, order, and coherence in your immediate environment. Things like your home, your body, your daily routines. Make these things sacred and intentional. Action item number 4. Strengthen your discernment. With AI making it harder and harder to distinguish real from fake, your intuition becomes absolutely essential. These controllers can create any AI scenario they want to fool you into believing that what they are saying is true. Ask yourself, does this feel true in my heart, or am I being manipulated? And don't just believe things because they fit with your existing beliefs. You want to be looking for truth, not confirmation. And there is a difference. Action item number 5. Establish a coherent frequency. Now, this is the most important one, so I want you to really pay attention. I want you to think of your consciousness and energy as being like a radio dial. You have the power to tune in to a clear, strong signal of your choice. This is your authentic frequency, a frequency that is stable, coherent, and aligned with your truth. When you maintain that frequency connection, everything flows clearly. You feel centered, you feel strong, and most importantly, you feel connected to something real. But when you move the dial away from that connection because you get distracted by all the insanity, what happens? You get instant static. Everything becomes noisy and chaotic. Or worse, you inadvertently tune into a frequency station that you don't want. The frequency of fear, of chaos, of manipulation. See, you're not obliged to tune into those things just because everyone else is. Your job is to consciously tune into and hold your chosen frequency. This is an act of personal power and sovereignty. Stay in gratitude, love, and alignment as much as possible. See, when the world is chaotic, your very own stable frequency becomes your strength. You are creating your own energetic field of clarity and coherence. Think of it this way. If you're tuned into a clear, beautiful station, playing music that lifts your spirit, why would you move the dial to static? Why would you tune into the station that's playing fear and division 24/7? Well, you wouldn't, right? So don't do it with your consciousness either. Now, let's talk about your role in all of this from a larger perspective. You're not here to save civilization. We need to be very clear about that. You're actually here to transcend it while at the same time being grounded in your truth. So while civilization may be collapsing, you can be evolving into a higher state of being. This is about personal sovereignty and mastery on a very troubled planet. And you can do this because you are a cosmic being. Now, transcendence does not mean escaping from reality. That's not what I'm talking about. It means rising above the chaos while staying fully present in your life. You maintain a different frequency in your consciousness. You establish a coherent frequency in your being that is clear and stable. And this, my friends, is transcendent power. You're in the world, but you're not part of its chaos. You're participating in life, but you're not being controlled by the madness around you. See, we have more power than we may realize. That's because your sovereignty begins in your own consciousness. And nobody can take that away from you unless you give it to them. See, the controllers want your consciousness. Your job is to maintain full ownership of it with absolute clarity and strength. And it's not about resistance. It's about conscious mastery. This is you taking full ownership of your energetic state. And here's the hope in all of this, you guys. No matter what happens in the wider world, you can create a beautiful, meaningful, evolutionary path for yourself. And we're not talking about escape or denial. We're talking about, I guess you could call it, transcendent stability. It's where you become grounded and centered in your own power. You become like a lighthouse in the storm. And your clear, stable frequency helps others who are seeking the same thing. See, when other people encounter you and they feel your stability, your clarity, and your centeredness, it actually reminds them that it's also possible for them. Now, if you are thinking, this sounds amazing, Saratoga, but I want more support. I want a more structured path to help me stay strong through all of this. If that's you, then I have something for you. I will be opening the doors to my Cosmic Journey membership very soon for new members. This is where I offer my most in-depth guidance that I don't share anywhere else. It's a beautiful community of like-minded souls who are all committed to staying sovereign and coherent through these massively changing times. Now, if you want me to notify you when the doors open, you can click the link in the description below. I will send you an email or I can send you a text the moment that enrollment is open. So if this calls to you, make sure you get on that notification list. So now I want to hear from you guys. Are you feeling the collapse of our formerly shared reality? And are you doing anything to maintain your own coherent frequency? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. I would really love to know. And if this message resonated with you and you're committed to creating your own stable, energetic environment in 2026, then give this video a like to anchor your intention. And please share this video with anyone who is struggling right now. Anyone who feels confused and feels like they're unraveling from the chaos, they might appreciate hearing this message. And if you want ongoing guidance to navigate 2026 and beyond, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I have a lot more to share with you in the coming days ahead. And it would be my honor to support you through these massively changing times. Remember, the collapse of civilization doesn't have to mean the collapse of you. Your evolution is yours. Your consciousness is yours. Your frequency is yours to choose and to hold. This is your power. This is your sovereignty. And with that, I'm sending you so much love, light, and high vibrational energy. Have a beautiful day, my friends, and I will see you in the next video. Namaste.